Hello there, welcome. So this is a tutorial on how to do the bass patch. Okay, so let's assume you installed Voltage Modular. Of course you need to create a account on Cherry Audio. You can find the link on Classroom, and the first thing you need to know, I remind you, is to download the Nucleus package. So you need to open the library first. Okay, library. And then you need to go to the store here, and then digit Nucleus. Well, I can't find it because I already have it, but you should be able to see it, and it's for free. Once you download it, it should be visualized down here. You should visualize a log like this, a small reading here, and if nothing happens, try to refresh by clicking on this little icon here, refresh. And if it still doesn't work, try to close Voltage and reopen it or reboot your computer, everything, okay? Oh, and make sure that when you made your account, you clicked on the link because they send you an email to verify your account. So make sure you did that. And last, go to the settings, settings here, you go to account and make sure that your email is here, it's the correct one and everything, okay? So let's suppose everything works, I hope. Let's begin. So, the bass patch. To do so, I remind you that you need to load the modules that are in a single voice architecture. Okay, so one oscillator, one filter, one amplifier, and two envelopes. And then, yes, a multiple to duplicate the gate signal. We will get there. So, digit here on the search bar, OSC, oscillator. Okay, so I have my favorites, but if you go to all, just make sure you're not on the store. If you digit oscillator and you are on the store, you won't find it. So make sure you are on modules and that you are on all and not on store, okay? Otherwise, you won't find it, okay? All, and then look for the oscillator, this one. Not this one, not this one, no, nothing else than this, okay? So, to load the module, there are several ways. You can simply drag and drop here, or you can double click. This is useful if you wanna load more than one module at a time, or you can click on add, also useful to do so, or right click and add cabinet, okay? Good, so let's leave it here. Now a filter, so let's look for a filter. So there are many for me, just pick this one, filter, okay? The yellow one, be careful. And then an amplifier. There you go, this one. If you want, you can save them in your favorites so that you have it here. Okay, so last but not least, the envelopes. So you need to type ENV, envelope. And you need to load two, one and then two. Okay, how did I duplicate it? There's a way to duplicate a module, and it's done by holding Alt on your keyboard if you are using Windows. So Alt, click and drag, okay? Alt, click and drag. If you are using Apple, sorry for you, but if you are using Apple, you need to hold Option, okay? Option, click and drag. Good, that's it. These are the modules, and then yes, a multiplier. So there are many. There is this one, which is a double multiple, but we are not going to use this one because we are going to duplicate only one signal. So if you have it, use this one, the micro mult. If you don't, you can download from the store again a free module which is called micro signal splitter here. It's for free, okay? I have it, so I'm gonna use it. There you go. And I'm gonna place it here. Now notice how I already put some order, right? So first and foremost, modules are placed from left to right. Okay, so oscillator, filter, amplifier, and then on their left you have their envelopes. Okay, do not place the filter after the amplifier. Okay, do not. And yeah, so the what was I saying? Another thing is to put some space in between the modules, you see, like this. Now we are ready to begin with the connections. Okay, so let's begin by doing only the audio signal path. So let's begin from the oscillator. We can choose a waveform of our liking. I'm gonna pick the sawtooth. Okay, and let's talk about the color code. So up here you can set the cable color, the global cable color. So for the audio signal, I'm gonna use maybe a green one. Why not? Like this one. Okay, but that's up to you. The principle is that the color will tell us what's inside that cable. Okay, so the green cables are going to carry the audio signal. Okay, so I'm going to pick the sawtooth and I'm going to plug it to the input of the filter, audio input here. Now the filter is going to filter the wave, and then the filtered wave is going to come out from one of these three outputs. I'm going to pick this one, which is the low pass filter. We will talk about it later. And then I'm going to plug it to the amplifier here, to the input of the amplifier. Okay. Finally, the output of the amplifier, we have two. We don't care about the negative one because it just inverts the phase of the audio signal. We don't care. So I'm going to pick the positive one, but I'm going to change the color of the cable. So I right click here, and then select set global cable color, and I'm going to pick either white or black. Why? Because this is going to be the left cable, the channel left, okay, mono, just like the RCA cables. If the patch was stereo, on the right I would place a crimson red cable. Okay, so do not use the color red, this red, for any cable, if not for this one. Okay, so do not use it, for example, for the envelope. Use another color. And same applies to the one left mono. Do not use any other color than white or black. Okay, so you get used to the standard. Good. Now the audio signal path has been done. Now let's do a sound check. Okay, to check whether the sound works or not, all we need to do is to increase the gain of the amplifier. Okay, so I'm gonna raise it, and as you can hear, we have sound. So let me increase maybe the octave. Okay, that's how you do a sound check. Now let's continue. Let's plug the keyboard now. Right now the keyboard is not controlling the synth in any way. Okay, first and foremost, let's use the QWERTY keyboard, the computer keyboard, by clicking on this icon here on the top. QWERTY keyboard, Control K, okay, or Command K. All right, so here we have the keyboard, but it doesn't work. As you can see, right now it's not plugged. Okay, so the keyboard module is this panel here, the CV sources. These are all signals generated by the keyboard. Okay, we only care about these two, the pitch and the gate. Long story short, the pitch is for the tuning of the oscillator. I'll explain it in a future lesson in detail. Okay, and the gate signal is simply a switch on off. Okay, when I press a keyboard, it's on. When I release the keyboard, it's off. Okay, I'm gonna change the cable color. I'm gonna use a brown, we could say here, for the gate. So the gate must control the envelopes. Okay. So the gate will turn the envelopes on. So I'm going to place the gate here in the splitter, and then I'm going to have multiple copies of the gate signal. One copy goes here, the other copy goes here. Now if I press a key, you can see that the envelopes turns on, so they are controlled by the keyboard. But the envelopes are not controlling anything yet because they are not plugged. Okay, so now let's plug the envelopes. The envelope, I'm gonna change the color of the cable again. I'm gonna pick the dark red here, not the crimson red, the dark red. Now this envelope, for example, I'm gonna plug this, not this one, this is the inverted. No. Let's use the positive. Okay, the positive envelope. And I'm gonna plug it to the CV input of the amplifier. This way, the gain will open every time the envelope turns on. Okay, so it's a chain reaction. I press the key, follow me. I press the key, the gate turns the envelope generators on, and the envelope generators turn the gain and the cutoff on. Okay, so it's a chain reaction. Now I press a key and we have the sound. Okay, same procedure for the other envelope. I'm gonna plug this output here into this input here. For now, let's leave it like this. 0 amount, cutoff, leave it to 20 kilohertz. We don't care now. It's not the topic. Okay. Now the point is that now the keyboard controls when the note appears, because I press a key and we have a note. Okay, every time I press a key, the gain turns on. Okay, good. But the keyboard does not control the frequency, so the note. It's always the same note. Okay, to do so, it's very simple. We just plug the pitch, the CV control voltage pitch, to the pitch CV input. Okay, so yeah, let me change the color. I'm gonna use a darker brown like this one, and I'm gonna plug it here. Now the oscillator will generate a frequency, a note, which depends on the key that I'm pressing. Okay, very simple. And that's it. This is the bass patch. Okay, now the patch is over. All you need to do is to save the preset. Okay, let's save it. How do I do that? You need to go up here, save, or Control S, as you can see, save. You need to type a category. Okay, so digit a category such as homeworks. Okay, if you don't do so, you won't be allowed to save. So as you can see, I'm pressing save, but it's not working. Okay, so you need to digit a category. So for example, let me do demo. I'm gonna call it now your name. I'm gonna use my initials, GSQ, followed by the name of the patch. So this is the bass patch. Okay, bass patch. No keywords necessary. This is meant for helping you. For example, this is a bass patch, bass, you type bass. No, this is not necessary for this exercise. Make sure it's instrument, not an effect, it's an instrument, and save it. Okay, now where is the preset? Now to find it, you need to click here on this menu. You click and you can find it here. I already made another one, but this is the one that I just made, bass patch. Okay, now to find it, all you need to do is to right click and select show file. Okay, show file. This file here, 9 kilobytes, is the file that you need to upload on Classroom. Okay, and that's it, guys. I think I said everything. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. The comments below. No, I watch too much YouTube. Let me know at lesson. Okay, let me know at lesson, or send me an email, or on Classroom, and so on. Okay, so I wish you a pleasant night and see you later.